2. Well, I've got just start.
What's up, homies? Welcome to Hanging with the Hooligans. I'm Chuck, and today I was running late because a car was going like 30 miles per hour on the road today, and a very light, like it barely snowed.
We got like 6 inches of that.
Yeah.
Well, where I'm at, it barely snowed. You know, over here, I think it was a little bit more. And I was sitting there like, what is up with this car driving in? And by the time they finally went to turn, I realized it was like half smashed in the front. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. They're trying to sneak through this snowstorm right now and get their car wherever they were trying to get it. Or they just crashed into something and they were trying to get away. But it makes sense why they were very nervous as I was following closely on their ass. Because I wasn't going to risk my car going in the ditch, swinging around them.
They wanted to screen cops for you, you know? It's like, all right, if you see one, let me know, homie.
Yeah, little did I know. Yeah, I was probably helping a criminal get away with it. But that's fine. Anyways, so the reason I am late is because, well, for one, we wanted to do an early podcast today, and that was the complete opposite of the schedule that I'm usually on. But also, by the time that, not by the time I was going to go to bed, but closer to the time I was going to bed, I saw a news article on Facebook that Baldur's Gate 3 was finally released on Xbox. And I had to do that. I had to get that together right away.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list. I do need to play that at some point, but...
One of the things I thought was really cool, because, I usually have an issue with games that are obviously, like, for the PC on the console. Mm-hmm. But there was, like, an element to it, even though it's pretty much just 5e, but on a video game. There's a lot of Dragon Age-esque, like, feel to it.
It looks like it, for sure.
But with that cyberpunk flair of being able to choose what pussy and dick you get to have, so...
Oh, I thought you were going to say the game was not playable.
No, unlike Cyberpunk, when they launched, they did their, like, alpha launch a long time ago, so they had that. I didn't even get to play it at that point.
I mean, so is the game playable and you can have both, or is it completely unplayable and we need to block it? And...
Yeah, you could choose. You can't have both a pussy and a dick.
Wow.
Which, that is a little fucked, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But, you could have either or, and I was messing around for quite a while trying to figure out which choice I wanted.
It'd be cooler if they allowed us.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate, when you guys do your next DLC, do the right thing.
Right?
And
Put it away, Doug.
Allow us to get both, okay?
See, what you missed out on here is all the dicks we were drawing on our little whiteboards. It was basically middle school up in here.
Yeah. Well, while you guys were doing that, I was thinking about...
You were hauling ass behind 35 miles an hour, woo!
Yeah, I was trailing a car thinking about the dwarf dick I'm leaving at home. The messed up thing is, like, I was like, oh, I'm just going to start before I go to bed or whatever. But
you can't do that. That's a mistake.
Well, I didn't even get to play my character because I showed Jay and, like, made her an elf, and, like, she usually doesn't care about video games, but once she realized it was 5e on a video game, she's like, oh, actually, I do want to try to play. So
that's
really cool.
It is co-op, like couch co-op, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't try it. If it is, I'm going to have to get a new controller, though, because one of them has that, like, drifting thing. But I want to do that so badly.
That's what I heard, is that it does have couch co-op, and I do want to get it to play with my kids, but you have to make sure you can turn off all the dicks and everything.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard you can.
Yeah, I'd imagine you wouldn't want your kids to be seeing dicks.
No.
I heard there was a lot of
Especially
complaints.
dwarf dicks.
Right?
Yeah, I heard
they come equipped with kickstands.
Oh, yeah. No, they look hung no matter what. It was kind of funny.
Oh, my God.
Every model's just got like a python going down one leg.
Oddly, I've thought about my D&D character's eye color. I've never thought about what's under their pants.
That's why you need to play a game called F.A.T.A.L. and roll for anal circumference.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
What?
I've never actually known anyone who's ever played a game of F.A.T.A.L. But I've seen the character sheets, and yeah, you get to see how much your asshole can take.
I mean, was that something that came up in-game, or is that already in the rule book?
That's in the rule book. Like, the stats for F.A.T.A.L, we'll have to pull it up sometime, but everything you can think of said, I have never once known one person who's ever played a game of Fatal. But yeah.
Hey man,
Wow.
sometimes you gotta be able to keister that mace you want.
guess.
You can't leave it behind.
Yeah, when you don't have a bag of holding, you use your own bag of holding.
Use your jail wallet.
Oh. Yeah. So, well, I mean, it sucks that you guys haven't got to play it yet. Especially,
I'm probably gonna get it on Friday.
you guys have PCs. You guys could have played it long before
Yeah,
me.
I should. I mean, here's the
PC
thing. I
people.
wanted
It's
to.
just been money, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's money and also
Yeah.
just space, dude. That game is fucking huge.
I got the deluxe version that was roughly 140 gigs.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's big.
That's a whole SSD drive for me.
I'd probably have to delete Sons of the Forest to get that game to fit, and I'm not quite done with that forest yet.
Oh, yeah, they're supposed to be full release now.
Yeah?
Yeah, they did their last update, but they haven't done the full release as far as the consoles and stuff yet.
Is it true you can't really mess with their customize their faces or anything, or?
Oh,
They're
the
all kinda
facial
preset?
customer, yeah. So the character creation is pretty bad, especially after playing like Elden Ring and like Dragon Age.
Yeah.
But it's because they give you so many, like they let you choose sub races and like different races. As far as like, I was surprised to see the Gith on there. I was like, okay. But yeah, so I was real mad because I had to choose between like old dwarf and then like ugly dwarf for like the face. Unlike playing Dragon Age where I sculpted like a Chad handsome Squidward dwarf. Because otherwise it's really jarring when you fuck Morrigan. But
Yeah.
I finished that game lately too, finally, because that's like 10 years in the coming. Like,
God, that's such a good game.
yeah,
For those that haven't played it, Dragon Age Origins is so fun.
yeah. It's sad. I don't think that if they ever put out another game, Dragon Age, I don't think it's gonna be like the originals.
It had a really good world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did good with it.
It felt pretty lived in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Dragon Age 2, they kind of like had you stuck on an island for the beginning part of the entire
The city,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what was cool is because I went from not finishing Origins and going straight into 2, and then like I was like, oh shit, this world's been lived in. Like I guess I got to go play Origins, and I went try to go back and play Origins. It's kind of hard.
The thing I struggled with is like, I just wanted to continue playing a Grey Warden. Those guys were just so cool in the first one. It was just like, all right, you have a character who is so down for their cause that they're going to die for it, but they know they're only going to live, like, I think it's like 10 to 20 years.
Yeah,
and they feel a call, and then they go to die in, like, the mines. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Just killing Darkspawn.
I mean,
Oh,
whatever
that's
works
right,
for you,
yeah.
guys.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
It was an interesting character for the first game. The third game I still don't get because I didn't get very deep in that one. And the second one, I was the closest one. I was, closest to finishing that one 10 years ago. But I was like, okay, they force you to play a human who's like a refugee.
Oh, when they force you into roles on that in those types of games, like that's not what I want for that.
Yeah, and not only that, they almost shame you for not fucking playing the first game. Because I remember there's this companion who I actually hate, named Alistair. Fuck you, whoever, decided to make that character. He's like the worst kill stealer in that fucking game.
Yeah.
But they shame you for not finishing the first game because like one of the world choices I barely know. They like made him like a sad drunk who I ran into at a tavern. His like life fell apart because like I didn't make the right choices by not finishing the first game. So whatever, which I know now, I made it to where he gets to keep doing what he wants because there's also a choice where you can make him what he doesn't want to do completely.
Yeah.
But apparently this third choice was like, not only did you screw him over, but you screwed him over so bad that he's a sad alcoholic now. But yeah.
I actually really liked that character. I mean, yeah, oh my god, the kill stealing was awful. But the back and forth between him and Morrigan was always hilarious.
Yeah. On the other hand of like, RPG games that are like that, it's just taught me like, oh, when there's like a, regular Caucasian male with like a sword and shield, or just with a sword in general.
And that haircut.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna make him wait at the back while I kill like a cave full of goblins and stuff. Like I almost didn't take any companions in Baldur's Gate, but I was like, I don't know how hard the game is.
You can actually tweak the mechanics in that, and he'll be a lot more of a defensive character.
Yeah, I did do that with Dragon Age to make him more like he's basically just focused on like keeping himself alive.
Yep.
But then he kept dying, so I was like, okay, so he just sucks. He either has to kill Steel or he's gonna die.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I think the furthest I got into the Origins game was going as a straight up like two-handed melee person, having Alistair as tank. Whether he dies or not. Oh.
We were motioning to get closer to the mic.
Whether he dies or not, I mean, shit. He's just my meat shield. I'll heal him up when we do rest next time, but.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing about those kind of games too, where like, oh yeah, they don't die forever. They just die until you're done with the encounter, and then.
And then they get like incredible disabilities.
Yeah, they have like an injury or whatever, like low stakes. But then when there's games that have the higher stakes of like you permanently lose this person, I feel like a lot of people don't do that because then they just lose their companion on some accident.
Yeah.
Well, what games have that? Because I've yet to really find one where
Fallout 3.
So the last one I played was Weird West, which is an isometric roguelike set in like the Wild West, but it's a bunch of weird spiritual werewolves, vampire shit.
Okay, yeah.
I ended up blowing up my own teammates a lot more than they ever died, because dynamite is the answer to most problems in that game. But yeah, no, when your companions die, they're dead, and you do not get them back.
Yeah, so before I discovered Baldur's Gate came out, I was playing New Vegas again.
Oh, that's
and
a
I
good one.
went into this room where they had a tripwire, and I jumped over it successfully. And then I turned around, because I was like, fuck, I have a companion. And it's Boone. And he slowly walks into the room, and I'm just like, no, don't do it. And then he blows up. And I was like, okay, wow. But he didn't die. He was unconscious. I still had to reload, though. I was like, I'm not taking that L.
I gotta complain for a second about Kelvin from Sons of the Forest, the tree magnet. So for those that don't play or that haven't played The Forest or Sons of the Forest, it's a survival horror game. You're cutting down trees, trying to build anything you can to survive. In this game, you get a companion named Kelvin. He's severely concussed. He's mute. Can't speak at all. Like I just said, mute, because that's what that means.
Words have meaning.
Words have meaning. Anyways, he's not very useful. Trees, it's like he just walks under falling trees, and he's a...
It kills him?
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, and he'll... If any of those characters that die in that game, they are dead for the rest, and it is lonely sometimes. And I never use them, but it's nice to still have a companion, I guess.
It's good to hear that voice on occasion.
That's what I typically do with Fallout. Is actually I'll get the companions and then just try to leave them somewhere safe. Mm-hmm. So that, oh cool, I have a companion, but I don't want to lose them.
Yeah.
And so like, especially with some dumb accident, like with all the mines around or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And chances are we've all played a lot of games where, when we were very young, that you did have a companion at all times. Like for me, it was Legend of Zelda. Oh my god, Navi was annoying. Oh, holy crap, Navi was annoying most of the time. But otherwise, you're just alone the whole game. And then that's one of the big things about the new ones that kind of kills me a little bit, is you don't have your little buddy.
I was gonna go off about that, being like, what the fuck are you talking about, companion and Legends? Yeah,
but yeah,
you're annoying navigation fairy.
Yeah. It helped something, man. And I mean, granted, its main use was annoyance.
Yeah. Hey! Well, technically, I mean, it's part of the targeting system, too, because, every time you target somebody, they go and, glow behind them or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's like, just let me do it. Stop yelling at me. I'm trying my best.
So I guess this must be the video game episode, because while you're at it talking about survival horror, we might as well talk about Jurassic Park Survival, which was announced.
Yep.
He's doing it to me again.
We're going to. We might as well.
Yeah,
We're getting back into our dinosaur video games.
I thought he had enough last night just in the messages.
There's been so there's been quite a few survival horror games announced that were dinosaur games, but this one's actually from the Jurassic Park franchise, so I thought that's cool. But when I read an article about it, I was kind of disappointed that they called the game Jurassic Park Survival, but they're like, no, we want to call it more of like an action adventure game than a survival horror. And I was like, what kind of stupid what?
Yeah, what kind of game is it then? If we're going to...
What are you marketing here?
Why did you have the trailer make it look like a survival horror game also, where it's like, you know, the chick is hiding from the raptors in the kitchen or whatever?
I want to know if a dinosaur gets me, I'm gonna die.
Right? Like, you're not gonna survive a dinosaur attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I see her pick up a gun or something, I'm like, oh, no.
Well, I mean, you can have a gun, but, like, it's there and does not help you.
Not
you
if you
have it.
know
It probably
anything
just makes
about
it
the
worse.
cannon.
That's like,
I mean, if you get a rocket launcher, then you can be a really sweet lawyer with a rocket launcher.
True that. True
I
that.
immediately want to compare it to Alien Isolation, where you do have a flamethrower, but it doesn't kill it, but it does make it run away.
Yeah.
And like once you get to a point with that, it does kind of ruin the horror for it. But they did find a way to balance that out, and that was just by adding another xenomorph.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're good enough at it, you can still burn both of them. So that's why this game, I'm hoping at least, you know, they keep it as, you know, powerless as possible for the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should not be a run and gun. I mean, you know, if you listen, you know I love Turok, but it should not be Turok. We should not be actively hunting dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And
There's
also,
already,
like, this is supposed to, I highly recommend you watch the trailer. Because the main character is a researcher that was left behind, and it takes place days after the initial rescue from Nublar. So she's stuck there. This person's just gonna know how to make a bow, how to do all that stuff, or I've never really fired a whole lot of firearms. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna automatically just gonna be boom boom dinosaur dead.
She's an archaeologist. What do you expect? She does
She's
everything.
a lab monkey.
Yeah.
Like, she does test tube spinning.
Oh,
I imagine that she's
sorry,
like
I
an intern,
missed
not
the
even an
entire
actual
part.
scientist.
Yeah, well, my point is, your average person isn't gonna just know how to do all that stuff. So chances are you're gonna run.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if they gave her a gun, but she can't get the safety off. So it's like, oh shit, and you get one chance to throw the gun at the dinosaur.
Well, see, that's when we get dinosaurs with guns. You just arm them. Thanks a lot.
Well, I mean, y'all notice, like, even in the movie, when Alan Grant finally got that shotgun, he shot, like, maybe twice. and he left it. Like, chances are somewhere in that facility there's going to be more ammunition.
Yeah.
But you just leave it with the raptor.
Right.
I mean, he didn't need it. He kicked the raptor in the face anyways.
I'm just imagining the music for like when the raptor learns how to open the door, but it's the raptor learning how to hold the gun.
Dude, if I can find a way to edit that somehow.
All you have is you have the raptors coming in and they're slicing the pie coming through the corners there with their fucking guns.
Dude, I don't care. I'll paint my hands whatever color I need to badly imitate raptor claws. Just hold a little plastic shotgun.
Try to edit it into like a John Wick or something.
Yeah,
where a bunch of people are being shot.
It would be like the Harry Potter with guns in it. You guys have ever seen
We're
that
just
one?
making Turok
Oh
at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did you guys ever play Trespasser?
Oh.
Oh wait.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
where
so.
your tits bar was your health was your tits. You basically looked down.
I
at
mean,
your
I guess I never
health.
noticed that part.
Yeah, that was your health bar. Was you had a tattoo on your tits. And you look down, and boom, your cleavage tells you how much health you are.
You see, when I
As
played
you
that
fight your
game,
Stegosaurus.
when I played that game, I was really little. If I played it at all,
So you just never knew how alive you were.
I guess.
So maybe they'll incorporate that into this game
Yeah.
a little bit, you know.
I just want to see dinosaurs.
I want dinosaurs. I'm glad we're getting away from zombies and going to dinosaurs.
And
we're
honestly,
getting Dino Crisis reboot.
Yep.
I am anti-killing dinosaurs.
I'm not.
I think if it's
dinosaurs.
appropriate, oh.
In a good way. I mean, with candles.
We're manufacturing
All right.
consent for the lizard
I'll
people.
still strangle you, but I'll put a nice smelling lotion on my hands before I do it.
There we go. No lavender.
Yeah. No lavender? Okay. We can do that.
We should also note of all the people wearing sweaters here that Alex is actually wearing a dinosaur Christmas sweater.
Which is awesome.
With the dinosaur wearing the same Christmas sweater that I'm wearing.
We'll have to throw that up on the media here when this episode comes out.
By the way, happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yep,
And
it
have a
is.
Jurassic one.
It is December of 2023, if anyone was wondering.
Do you want to do the day or not?
No, because we don't know when we're doing this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
This is just going to be generic.
They're like, hey, wait, this is March 3rd. What the fuck? But, yeah, so what have you guys been up to? Doug, you do anything with that Far Cry stuff yet?
No, I actually was thinking about that, and I've kind of just come to the conclusion of just go on stream, then we'll cut and slice some video later and put it up on the webs. But
Nice.
for right now, I have been lagging on that end.
I think what I'm going to do is go on stream and then just watch YouTube videos, because apparently, that's you can make a career doing that.
Oh,
Oh,
just
like
reacting.
Yeah.
You can just steal other people's
That would
content.
be. That would,
I won't say anything. I'll be deadpan just in the corner, just like
check your phone on occasion.
I think you should just do exclusively Chills videos.
chills videos. Just
Number 5.
oh yeah. The people of South Dakota. God, it's been so long since I've heard that voice. I can't do it right. We're gonna have to like find that when we have more resources.
Oh, we
at our
can do clips
fingertips.
now.
Can we? Oh,
We can do
okay.
clips. I just gotta add them later.
Yeah, we'll have to. Oh no, I mean like a while. Like we'll pull it up and watch it.
Well, yeah.
We'll have to plan that eventually.
Yeah.
But everyone listening right now, when these come out, you're going to be growing with us and
Yeah.
see how things get.
Yep.
And we're gonna be getting some new mics here pretty soon. So we're sharing one mic at the moment.
Yes.
But audio quality should be improving here pretty soon. So thank you for listening, if you are listening this far.
Yeah, if you made it to episode 3,
Yeah.
sorry and thank you.
Thank you.
For this thing we're doing.
So what else have you guys been up to?
I just ordered a bunch of new plant seeds from my buddy Jeff. He and his wife own the seed selling business. Plant Flicks, if you're into plants.
Like plants or plants?
Oh no,
Plants.
these ones don't make you feel silly. They just take
They
away
provide
some of the
nutrition.
pain of your day.
Depending on which one you eat.
Yeah. And I am such a forest fan that I did buy marigold, coneflower, and some aloe, just because.
Aloe's nice. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
it's
did
a
have-
useful plant.
I did have marigold at this very property. I had marigold out there on the window planter.
Oh, nice.
Didn't do anything with it.
You
On the
have
other
them.
hand,
That's what's nice.
yeah, my girlfriend's getting into herbalism, which she's actually doing stuff with like dandelion and stuff, and
Oh, that's cool.
she made like salves,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess her mom says it's pronounced salves, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's salves.
I
but-
was really scared you were
You-
gonna say salve.
Yeah, you guys
Salve.
go ahead and let us know in the comments if it's pronounced salve or salve.
Well, see, I see it spelled two different ways: salve, S-A-L-V-E, and S-A-U-V-E. But both of them have been correct.
It makes me want. Yeah, that must be a different language. For,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
The salve versus the whatever the hell the other one was.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I think it's shampoo, or is it?
Suave is the shampoo.
Schwab. Yeah, that's a shampoo.
Yeah.
Or
you
it-
only got $1.
Or is it? might be lotion or something. Like in French, it's got a really funny name.
That's
I mean, for one, there's
anything in
douche.
French.
Yeah, I was like, for one, douche is a funny name.
That
I
is
forgot.
awesome.
You know.
Anyways, plants are pretty cool.
Plants are pretty cool. Plants are pretty cool.
Yeah. My favorite plant is lavender. No, it's just.
Oh, actually, speaking of plants, while I was out there doing highway cleaning for our beard club, our beard club has a highway that we've, I guess, bought or something. So basically, we go out there twice a year and pick up trash. But this time around, we found wild sage out there. So I think,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, next time the snow melts, I'm gonna go out on that highway and get some sage.
You just unearthed a memory from, I think it was right after high school when I was in a band, with a bunch of kids in my hometown. And this one kid was straight edge, and we were both straight edge. But he was smoking sage. He's like, don't tell anyone. And I was like, why the fuck?
Smoking? What?
I was just sitting there like, what, you got demons in your lungs? Like, what are you doing,
He
bro?
got
Dude.
possessions in his body that need to be exercised? Like, you don't... Ew.
Well, and now, I'm wondering, was he a good roller? Did he, roll his own sage joints and, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Did he smoke it out of a bowl?
I don't know why he did that.
Man, I'm so relieved. You had me thinking you were talking about me for a second.
No.
I was like, oh, thank God I never said that shit.
No. I mean, Alex has been the one who was sober the longest, and, the funniest thing he did was he was high on pills because they were his medication.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, please get that part in.
And the funniest thing about it is, just all inhibitions of anything kind of faded away, so he'd be like, you want one, man? These feel pretty good.
You want some drugs, little boy?
Hey, Sean, you want some?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and our friend who's the closest thing to a pillhead, is the one he's offering pills to, besides me, who I'm not a pillhead, but...
I ain't gonna turn him down.
My friend who is a pillhead was even like, no, man, I'm good.
Well, you got to tell him what I said outside of 7-Eleven.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we were outside a 7-Eleven, or no, we were going into a 7-Eleven.
Our friend worked there too.
Yeah, and he was basically wanting to go in to grab some things, and oh god, I forget exactly what you said, but he's.
I was quoting Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh yeah.
I turned to one of my friends and was like, hey, you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat? But I was high. People had moved, and this sweet, nice young lady was right there.
Yeah, he was. So imagine he's on crutches, going up these things, and he stops like he's gonna process saying something. But Sean, our buddy Disgrace, kept walking. And then he gets it out, and I'm standing next to him, and he stopped right in front of this chick who is smoking, and she even paused, is this guy gonna say something to me? And then she just said, he just says it, and you can see that she tenses up and kind of looks at me, but I look at him what the hell? And he's just looking forward though. So I think it took her a second to process, oh, he's talking to ghosts or something.
So she didn't take you up on it?
No, and I left my overcoat at home. That's probably why.
Yeah, she's like, well, she can't be... There's no one with an overcoat here. We're in
Just processing the fact, it's well, shit, is he offering? He's not wearing the coat. I mean...
Muscle relaxer.
And if you've ever had a fat guy walk up to you with crutches and ask you if you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat, I'm sorry.
He was actually trying to offer, but...
That's hilarious.
Oh, keep listening. You're going to hear a lot more.
Oh, the shit we do when we're sober, right?
Oh.
Yeah, he's actually
Hey,
wasn't
now.
on medication at that point. I was just stupid.
Oh, God.
I mean, I've said plenty of horrible things in middle school, so...
Right. That's all middle schoolers do, is say terrible, horrible things.
Well, that's because middle schoolers are kind of horrible people a lot of the time.
I
They're
keep
the
telling
worst.
myself that I'm not going to rag on the whole cancel culture thing, because we've mentioned it every episode. But, you know, if like calling people out on Twitter and stuff was a thing at that time, I would be like, I would have, there would be nothing left for me because I said
you're
the
that
most
guy.
I said the most heinous stuff. I did and like made horrible jokes all the time, and also just like hit on people. Just you know, I had the whole wrong idea on how sexuality works.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So I couldn't just be like, "Oh, that girl's cute. I'm gonna just let her go about her day." No, I had to like say something.
Yo.
Oh, I wasn't that confident.
I was. Well, it's. I mean, I shouldn't say this, but it's a numbers game. You know.
I mean,
again, remember, guys, you guys will get called out for this now. So.
Right.
well,
Yes, you're no longer allowed to be in the middle of a field and just yell out who's drunk and has low standards. Does not work, by the way.
me.
Yeah. The next thing you know, it's the homeless guy in the ditch, and you're like, oh no, I'm in middle school.
And then you're obligated to fuck the homeless guy.
I mean, it'd be rude if you took the offer.
Yeah,
back,
you can't take it back. What if he thinks he's ugly now?
right?
Is it because he's homeless?
I mean,
Well,
yeah, but
in this scenario, I was a middle schooler, so I think I'd be doing him a favor. Hopefully. Hey man, you don't want to go to jail, bro. I'm only like 12.
Oh God.
You know what's a really messed up thing that like a lot of our chick friends have done to like dudes? Because you know how a lot of our friends look very youthful in their appearance, but they're actually like 30.
yeah, we have good-looking friends for being so ugly.
Yeah, we have. I have a couple girlfriends who have made jokes, and I don't mean girlfriends as in they're my girlfriend, but girls that have like made jokes in public to like their boyfriends or dudes they're on a date with, being like, you know, like it's my 12th birthday today or something like
Oh
to
my
a
God.
to like a
Shit.
waitress while she's like obviously on a romantic date with a dude that looks like he's like 27.
Oh no.
And
That's fucking hilarious and very fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love it and hate it at the same time.
yeah, I actually
Yeah, I don't know
saw
how to
that
go about
happen out
that.
here too from one of my coworker friends. His chick was yeah, she kept saying stuff like at every bar we went to, like,
Oh my
like
gosh.
I don't have an ID or something like that, like to like
God.
not to the people giving her the drinks, but instead like passerby people, and they'd look and I'd be like, dude, you want your boyfriend to get knocked out or something?
Dude.
Like,
I think I just if I was in that situation, I'd just leave. There's
I
no
would walk
coming
out.
of this.
yeah, as soon as
Yeah.
someone said, she's
Oh my
stuck at the
God.
bar. I'm going home. I'm moving actually out of the state. Because
No, I'm just changing my name and I'm done. Bye.
Bye, family. It's been nice. Oh God, that's awful.
or even worse, or even an easy way to do it, just take out their ID. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it says right here that you're actually 34, old woman. No.
You know what? After some thought, I'd probably just jump off a building. No one's gonna believe you.
They're like, oh, so you got
Yeah.
that forged, huh?
I guess I gotta die.
Right. I'm done.
In Minecraft.
Minecraft. I can't do it in real life, so I jump off of high things in video games.
Yeah.
Gives me
I
that
can't get a
little
girl to go
dopamine.
to the bar with me in real life, so this is actually just Minecraft. I built.
We'd
the
like to
bar.
apologize to the people that like Minecraft.
If we're talking about video games and we're talking about people saying stupid, terrible shit.
Oh, here we go.
So I recently went and I had a 40K tournament.
Oh no.
In Bemidji, right? Okay, no, this is
Oh no,
leading
good.
up.
Okay.
This is leading up. The tournament was great. I really like 40K. I like it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of shit going on the online communities about female space marines
Oh,
and
no.
inclusiveness in the game and everything. So it's been a giant shitstorm within a very small amount of people. Like, us adults don't really give a shit, but I like watching drama. So
Right.
Yeah, that's the groups I've been seeing that in. Like, I got booted from that one you invited me
Oh,
to.
did you?
Yeah, I didn't realize it till for a while. I was like, oh, it must have been because I said they were like snowflakes for being so like fragile about the idea of like the pride flags being painted on minis.
Right?
I was
I'm
like,
a
it's their
man.
minis.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, those like paint jobs are amazing.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a dude who's done like a Space Marine in every. I mean, choose whatever flag you want, and he's done a Space Marine. They're beautifully painted.
Yeah, and that was Warhammer who posted it. Like, it,
Yeah.
you know. And they're like, no, we have to hold the gate. Like, what, for smelly people? Like,
And it's one of those things. It's like shit. Like, I don't want female Space Marines, not because I don't want people to enjoy the hobby, but because it takes away from so much of the other factions and everything they have in there. And you know, this is totally jumping topics on that, but it's like, okay, we have Space Marines, we know that, and they're all dudes. But then we have amazing groups like Sisters of Silence.
Yes!
That is all female.
Uh-huh.
We have, you know, fucking Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas.
Yeah.
All female. There's a couple of assassin groups that are all female.
Like, yeah.
I don't want to take away from them by them just no longer being their own thing and be like, okay, well now it's more Space Marines, only with ponytails.
And here's the thing too. Like, I mean, in the end, the Adeptus Sororitas is basically female Space Marines.
It is.
I'm sorry,
It
like,
is.
like you and I would say that even lore-wise, like, it's not like the Adeptus Sororitas just wander the streets. They're just like the fucking Space Marines. They are called in when, like, fucking shit's hit the fan, and we can't get the Adeptus Astartes down here.
And this is why I'm bringing this up is because a game called Rogue Trader just came out. And it's a ton of lore. It is kind of like a turn-based RPG. And it is GW approved lore, like everything in there. And it is said multiple times in this game that no, Space Marines are all men.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, this is straight from them now. Do we get this? Is this over? And it's still a bunch of people be like, they don't know their own lore. It's like, they literally write this.
Okay, hold on. The GW said that not all Space Marines are males?
No, GW said that all Space Marines are males.
Yeah.
The gene seed is stored in the balls.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Not really.
So first of all,
That's,
my whole, first of all, that is confirmed lore now. You know, we're gonna have to let them know. But second of all, like, there's a whole element of, like, you know, a lot of the stories and stuff being written from a first-person perspective. Therefore, like, none of the narrators are reliable because they only know what they know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, like, no one, like, the Emperor of Mankind is written, you know, has a perspective. I don't think they have any books in his perspective where he's like, yeah, absolutely, this doesn't exist at all.
Well, some of the Horus Heresy books are straight up omnipotent. And
really?
you're in his mind and everything on there.
Right. But what I was going to say earlier about
Ooh,
the
I'll have to
whole,
read
like,
those ones.
only male
Good luck.
Space Marine thing is, I think that also goes on part of the satire element of, like,
Oh, definitely.
yeah, of course, this is supposed to be, like, like a toxic,
It is
you know,
toxic
angels
masculinity at
of
its
death.
finest.
Yeah,
Yes.
like, you know, it's the same as the Enclave in freaking Fallout, except with, you know, insane levels of, you know, almost like anime levels of power level bullshit added to it.
The bolder
Exactly.
you are, the stronger you are.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, Doug's over here
It's my
spilling.
house.
But it's just,
It's my house. I'll spill where I want.
right? But it makes me wonder, it's like, does that not take away from the factions that are female on there by, like, I don't know,
Yeah, for
does it
me,
lessen them by making them less, I don't want to say less important, but less focused on this is a woman-led initiative, especially Sisters of Silence, who are
yeah.
female custodes. Like, they are the best of the best. Like, Space Marines ain't got shit on them.
Yeah.
They go hard, and I mean, personally, I think their design is also cooler than
Oh, definitely.
you know, the Space Marines.
And from my understanding, GW is pretty much kind of like a bunch of white dudes came together and like, what would be the baddest ass female? Just basically a female almost naked able to kill a fucking Space Marine. You know
So
what I mean?
what-
Like,
Yeah.
like here's the thing. Like, so then like I feel like I concur with you in that it does take away, like, from the lore and the power and stuff that all these other factions hold. It'd be like if somebody was like, we need to make the Tau not communists.
Yeah,
It's like okay, so you got the Imperium already. No. They have to be Tau. You know what I mean? So when they say Space Marines and we need to have female Space Marines, I'm all for like the idea of there's maybe some fucking wacko out there that did in fact create a female Space Marine. You know what I mean? The universe has that possibility, but it doesn't need to be the Imperium of Man that come out and go, hey, you know what? I have female Space Marines.
I mean, if it was like a new, like one of those Lost Legions.
Yeah, they brought back like fucking squats.
Yeah. Though. And if you really want to get it down to it, I mean, if you need female Space Marines, we have Fulgrim. You can have your Chaos Marines, just very, very pretty.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, Fulgrim. Yeah, he's total femboy.
He's total femboy. Throw some cat ears on there, you're set.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's just... Again, it's not because I don't want people to feel included in the hobby. I love 40K. I played it for 20 years. Mm-hmm. But it's just... It feels like you're almost taking away from other places to make something that isn't needed. And I know you guys don't really play a lot of it yet.
I haven't played any.
I
haven't played any tabletop yet.
We're trying to get you into it a little bit there, but it's like
you're practically speaking Spanish to me right now.
Well, and here's
it's a huge. Once you dive into the actual story side of things, I think you're gonna eat up. Pretty much.
Yeah, you
probably.
Get into books. There's probably over 1,500 books written about the 40K universe, published through them and everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, and you have anything you could think of. From you got your Necron books, you got your Eldar books. Any topic you want. You want tankers. There's some amazing guard books about tankers.
Like the people that write
for the Land of Rust and everything.
That'd actually be fun books to read.
There's anything you could think of, they have in that universe, but it's also all over the top. And I think a lot of people don't understand that it's not supposed to be taken at face value. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be taken with a massive grain of salt.
I feel like it's hitting the Starship Troopers aspect, where like when those films came out, everybody loved it, but some people loved it for the very wrong reasons.
Yes.
I'm sure once I actually start playing, I'll get into it. Like
Chuck
said, I'm here. Chuck. Chuck.
That's very simple.
Chuck.
Well, okay.
No, what I was gonna say though is, Chuck here can confirm that I'm a huge lore nerd. I take that shit pretty serious. We spent a bit of time last night just talking about that Jurassic Park game, and I was fussing because he was talking about including dinosaurs that weren't or on the original island.
Well, I said if there's gonna be a big, a huge game, 15 species might be too little depending on what style. But I was like, it's perfect for a linear style, like Alien Isolation is my example again.
Yeah.
But Alex was like, no, there's 15 species in the book. That's what I want.
Yep.
And then I, of course, I had to bring up the fact that Jurassic World changed the shape of their island so that it made sense that one of their dinosaurs escaped into the sea.
Yes.
So,
but this is Jurassic Park, not Jurassic World.
But
even if it is put out by the same people.
Yeah. No.
Well, we don't know.
I'm just an angry nerd.
Yeah, we don't actually know who's putting this out actually. So could be someone who's a lot more. Well, I mean, my other counterpoint was also they made up this character out of thin air, the protagonist. Mm-hmm. The hot scientist intern, whatever she's supposed to be.
Yeah, she is very hot.
She was very hot. Yeah. Sorry. Video game ladies who get mad when they make hot video game characters. They've done it again.
Makes you feel better. I jerk off to the hot video game dudes too, so it's not just you.
The dudes are a lot more like, to hash out an argument from 2016, when I forget her name. She was very known for like the whole female video game characters are made for the male gaze, and look for this example because they showed Arkham City, where the way that they show the camera on Batman is like the top of his back down, but when it was Catwoman, it was like lower, so it was like her ass was more in frame and up. But then someone very succinctly replied to her because she's talking about unrealistic body standards for women. They're like, okay, well, let me introduce you to the protagonist of that game, Batman. And it's funny because like my other counterpoint to when people talk about unrealistic standards for video games is possibly the most popular video game character is an overweight character. His name is Mario, and that guy can do like triple jump backflips. Like he's like a gold medal Olympus. Yeah, like
Mario would get pulled for doping in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, he would. And
Like,
probably test positive for shrooms.
He's got a little belly, but then they're like, no, not only can this guy run faster than like Usain Bolt and stuff, but he could also do this thing where he spins his arms around and he flies like a helicopter.
Yeah,
Did
I want to see the sober version of Mario where he's like trying to do all that stuff, but he's really just kind of like laying on the ground.
He does like the one where what's the one where they have the ball and they have to toss it.
Oh, shot put.
He just fucking like shoots it like a cannon at the stadium. They're like, what the fuck?
Like, a lot of people are just talking about, the way the characters look. And I'm like, what about what they do, though? Like, I remember in high school playing all these Assassin's Creed games feeling like, is there something wrong with me because I can't easily climb this building? Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't get my foot on the thing. And
it's like, dude, I breathe heavy just, like, getting out of bed sometimes.
Yeah. Like, they put this, like, expectation, too, like, okay, well, not Assassin's Creed, really, but other games where you play, like, a super buff dude just running for, like, ever. Because, you can technically make them walk, but, like, you just have them jog, because you want to get around faster. And it's like, am I supposed to be able to do that? Where I could just jog endlessly? And, so my argument here is what I'm saying. It was everybody that was getting unrealistic standards in video games.
Yeah, by the way, the Batman he is referring to in those Arkham games has thunder thighs. Like, holy crap.
He does have a very thick ass, actually.
Dude!
How he sneaks up on anybody.
Yeah.
The amount of protein that boy's gonna get. Might as well start.
Why do you think he crouches all the time?
Yeah. He jumps on the ground. They're like, oh, I hope Batman doesn't come long distance.
No.
Like, as he lands.
No. That's not Batman. That's Clapman.
They did needlessly make Red Hood really thick in the Gotham Knights game, too. Like
everyone just likes Jason Todd. That's what it is. This guy needs a butt.
Yeah, I was like, they didn't do it to Dick Grayson really. Like they gave him like realistic proportions. Like they made him kind of thick.
Brock Lesnar looking motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, they made him look like he fucking eats like gravel.
Why does his jaw's got a 6-pack?
I'm getting tired of eating the chicken.
Yeah. So I guess we are kind of on the same subject of like what James brought up with Rogue Trader, because I guess we are living in a world where people are trying to be more inclusive, and apparently a bunch of sweaty nerds are always saying that it's at the cost of lore and it's at the cost of like, oh no, don't make this woke, like, really dumb. Even though it seems like most stuff they want is always like something that was already like a political satire. Like,
like you can be inclusive without changing lore, but you need to just not be a dick about things.
Yeah.
And that's on both sides of that argument there. It's like,
yeah, because like
understand what we have before you start wanting to just be changing everything that doesn't need it yet.
Yeah, because like the truth is they could introduce like a female space marine, and maybe they're a trans female space marine or something. Like they could make it work with the lore somehow.
I said Fulgrim.
Yeah. Yeah, all I think of is that new mini that came out. Everyone was mad about.
Sweet, and I want it, and I suck at painting, so I'll ruin it. But it's like
he'll be a nice gray figure.
You know what? I have seen your work, and it is not bad.
It's not that good. But
I didn't say it wasn't.
He didn't say professional. He
Yeah,
said
I didn't say it was
good.
professional.
Now, did you guys see? You know, this is funny. When we were supposed to record this like the other week, it was just some pictures I was going to show you guys. But since then, a trailer has come out for the Fallout show. Did you guys see it?
I have but not seen the trailer.
I did watch
see
it
the
when you
trailer.
messaged me.
Yes, I am pleasantly surprised by what I saw.
I should have sent it to the group chat, so I would have been like, watch this, so we could all talk about it. But
I
my
fucking
bad.
love Red Skull.
Wait, didn't I?
So
Maybe I did see it. I have to rewatch it, but
yeah, I mean,
Well,
like I
you know
said,
what
there
a
was
lot of
some-
it reminded me of was actually the first Captain America movie. It's over the top, overly patriotic. Not
Yeah.
so much the coming out of the vaults thing, but with all the power armor coming out and the Enclave and the guys coming out of the hangar, it's like,
yeah,
I can get down with this.
right. So a bunch of Fallout fans. Well, I mean, I don't even know if you call them Fallout fans because these same people are always saying like Fallout 3 sucks, Fallout 4 sucks, Fallout 76 sucks. So it's like
Fallout.
So you just like New Vegas
Fallout
is what
just
you're saying.
sucks, but
Yeah, they're like, oh, New Vegas is so great. 'Cause, you know, there's so many different types of ammo. Like, whatever, bro. Like, I like all of them because you know the game is just fun.
Yeah.
You know? But so they were complaining and crying woke on the Fallout show, and I'm like, why? What is woke about this trailer?
and a female dares to lead it.
Yeah, because a female vault dweller left the vaults, and it's like, okay, there's not even one main character in this show. There's 3, and 2 of them are men.
We're going to hit pause here real quick. We're going to get everyone caught up. We'll be right back.
We're gonna watch the clip and get back to you.
How's it good? There you go.
And we're back.
Oh my god!
And now we're back.
All right, so
I'm
we
keeping
just
that other one. I
we
think.
just
I
we
know.
just we
That's
just
pretty good timing.
Oh yeah.
so now that you watched the trailer, you can see what I'm saying about nothing in there really seems woke, right?
For Fallout? Yeah, no. Like if that's woke, then Fallout's been woke since the fucking beginning. Like, I don't get it.
So
Yeah. But I
What
mean,
makes
that's
this-
another astute point, but we're not even touching that yet.
it's woke. How? Because there's a female.
Because the main character is a woman.
Oh my
That is
God.
the only arguments I've seen online, which is the
I've seen
stupidest
people
shit.
say they're gonna push like some communist message, blah blah blah, and it's like I read the Vanity First Look article where I don't know his name, Nolan, the guy who made Westworld, literally said like he's going out of his way to use Lucy as a character to be like, yeah, you tie yourself to these like virtues because you live in abundance, like you live a stable life.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're that self-righteous now that like you're not getting food. Like now that things are as desperate as everyone else, like let's see if you're still as good as
Yeah.
you claim to be. And so
that sounds like it's gonna be a good. fucking
that's going to be
movie,
compelling,
man.
yeah. And you know, on the other hand of that, you have the Ghoul, or as Alex calls him, Red Skull.
Hey, now we don't need Marvel Sunni, buddy.
As they, show him clearly being like the gunslinger, probably going to be the more,
They're going to make a Bats joke with him somewhere in there.
the more chaotic, neutral. Like it looks like he was just shooting everybody in the
I
trailer.
kind of feel like he's gonna be like an anti-hero of some sort. Where I
Yeah.
kind of feel like he's gonna be like Bethesda's tie-in of the
He's-
Lone Wanderer.
He's gonna be
Like, I feel like
shooting
he's-
and dancing, and people are just gonna be falling. It's
Yep.
not gonna matter who it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, I think he's going to be Bethesda's tie-in of the Lone Wanderer. This
Yeah.
guy's now living so fucking long. This is the Lone Wanderer. Like
That's the
tales
dude that
you've
jumps
heard-
in when you're shooting sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
okay.
the
No,
Mysterious
no, that's
Stranger.
a mysterious
Oh,
stranger.
oh,
That'd
okay.
be fun to see pop up. In
That
this.
would be sick if he's in the show.
But, like,
that'd be
Just
really
no
cool.
explanation.
Yeah, literally, like they're about to get killed, and they just hear ding 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 ding. You know,
I think that would be amazing if they did that. In
that would
there.
be good. Yeah,
Just leave it at that.
Well, and that's where I think they would be able to do that. That's why I feel like he's gonna be they showed him, but I everybody's
Yeah.
gonna have their theories and stuff, and this is my theory: is that he is that lone wanderer. He's not gonna come in with a name. He's just gonna be this kind of ghoulish guy that's lived a long
Yeah.
time. He knows this shit, he's going to be the one where the mysterious stranger for some reason comes the fuck out of nowhere and snipes somebody. He's going to be like, he's been doing this for a while and I have no fucking idea why.
So they have...
you know, like...
Yeah, there's a little bit of information on him. Obviously, the pre-war stuff is he's from the pre-war.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's already got the title as the Ghoul, which was very like, okay, but you guys call all the ghouls the ghouls, so...
Yeah.
His is capitalized, though.
Yeah, like, you know...
There's a the there.
Well, and that's also... so that's his credit name is The Ghoul?
I don't know.
He does have a real name. I forgot what it was.
Okay, because if they gave him a real name, then he might not be the Lone Wanderer. If they just call him the Ghoul, there's probably like a 90% that's Bethesda saying, yeah, this is the Lone Wanderer, but we can't call him the Lone Wanderer. Like,
yeah, so the show's supposed to be canon to the series too, so they wouldn't want to touch the Lone Wanderer as far as like, you know, what your Lone Wanderer would be or whatever.
And that's why I love the fact that they're coming at this of like, it's not going to be, you know, this Vault Dweller is not going to be the savior of this thing. This is going to be somebody coming from a privileged position and being thrown into the shit that everybody else has to deal with.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this is just going to have two stories going with it, where we're going to have our quote,
there's 3 stories, yeah.
Because we have
the Brotherhood of Steel initiate.
And I bet you they're going to have a protagonist up in there too.
It's the
this
black
will
guy.
be interesting. This will be fun. I hope they give him a good role too. I hope they don't pull a fucking Finn where he's like on screen as like this like, you know, cardboard character.
That was the point I was going to make about the Red Skull looking dude.
When we were seeing,
that could be it.
Yeah, what we were seeing in the trailer. So he's not an initiate. He's technically a squire, which is a new thing as far as the games go. Huh. But he had a mentor. But there's a scene that shows a Yaogwai like tearing up a guy, paladin. I'm guessing, like, you know, Brotherhood of Steel guy. I wonder if that's his mentor. And they're like, hey, look, we're stripping you away of your, you know, your safety blanket. Now let's see what's going to happen.
You're on your own fighting this fucking bear.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that, and hopefully, you know. I hope they're going to do better, because this is the guy, the director is like the guy who did Westworld and all that.
And that's also why I'm really excited about this, is because they got the good crew. So actually watching that, I have seen it, I just didn't remember it. You know what I mean? Like, I've apparently seen so many fucking things lately.
It's good to get a good refresher on that. So people's complaints, obviously kind of weird. The only lore thing that makes sense is that, or the lore complaint that I think makes sense is, if for some reason the NCR isn't involved, but they've like had leaked photos that show the NCR flag, but the show takes place like 15 years after New Vegas, so I guess that's long enough for the NCR to have fallen if, like, you know.
True. Okay.
True.
I didn't know I was going to get that kind of reaction. It was stupid. He said Yaogwai, I hear Mogwai. I like Gremlins.
Yeah, I mean, there should be Gremlins in Fallout, by the way.
There should.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well,
it wouldn't make sense if the NCR wasn't there, like that.
Not at all.
It would not.
Not just a flag, but like there should be some remnant people. There should be, there should be something.
It should be a pretty heavy presence.
I trust that Todd Howard, being the executive producer, is gonna make sense of it, because like. In Fallout 76, they have NCR armor available. It's like they're like, oh, buy our little subscription thing. You have access to this armor. So it's like they know how many people love the NCR and like New Vegas as a whole. Now, if he's trying to get rid of the NCR, there's time to explain it. Like 15 years is a good gap, but like I think that's a really bad decision on his part, though, because. You know, unless it has something to do with New Vegas, like especially the Yes Man ending. And if you guys don't know, the Yes Man ending is the most like cool RPG ending, where you're like, I'm not choosing a side, I'm fucking taking all of you out. So that would be a pretty cool thing. Also, House is in the show, at least as a IMDb credit. And it was like a young guy, so there might be like a little cameo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, on the subject of people complaining about woke stuff, we also watched the GTA 6 trailer, which Doug said brought him to tears because we were going back to Vice City.
And yeah, like legit, that's kind of what it was. Like before we watched them, like in the middle, Alex asked, so why did that make you cry? And I was like, 'cause it's nostalgia, man. Like, it's Vice City. GTA could have gone back to Vice City with 5, but instead they went back to San Andreas for some reason. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought San Andreas was a pretty good setting. I thought it was cool, but at the same time, like...
You can do a lot of crazy shit
Yeah.
with Florida.
Yeah.
And they already pretty much had, like, half the map. All they had to do was literally expand it.
Yeah. So the fun
And,
fact,
yeah.
too, of what they did in that trailer, every single clip, like internet clip thing you saw, like the gator going in the building, the lady with the 2 hammers, the guy like naked, those were all actual internet clips from people in Florida.
Oh, that's hilarious!
Those are viral clips from people in
Well,
Florida.
that's
So like
Florida's
the chick
fucking
twerking,
weird.
the chick twerking on top of the car, all of that actually happened in our reality, and
Yep.
they like recreated it in the trailer. And
So really, all they did was just put Florida in a video game and said, "Here you go, we're just doing Florida shit."
I heard there was, I don't remember who said this complaint, but there was a complaint I heard of, like, basically they're doing Florida the video game.
yeah,
And that doesn't sound fun.
that's what.
Well,
Grand
yeah,
Theft-
exactly. Yeah, right.
It's all the crazy stuff, minus like
Having to actually go to Florida.
having to go to a doctor after going to Florida.
I mean, I think the only reason why they didn't do current day Florida when Miami Vice City, or like when they created Vice City, was because they're like, we want to cash in on this, like, kind of like, you know, Scarface. Because I think
That's what
also-
was cool at the time.
Yeah,
was
that
like
was what was cool
Scarface,
at the time, was
Godfather.
this
Yeah,
cool- yeah. And so now we're going back there, and we're gonna have like an actual, real story of like modern day. Like San Andreas was fun; it was a little bit modern day, so on and so forth. But at the
Yeah,
same time,
well-
I was kind of like, meh.
at that time, it was like, you know, them going back to the '90s, which, you know, it was their first time of doing that too, where it was like, you know, more of black gang culture instead of like, oh, here's the Boston crime family, and oh, here's the Italian mafia.
That's
you know?
true, yeah.
And they realized like, oh no, people do like this, so that's why I think they're expanding on that in this game. And also, of course, it's modern, and it isn't just, as you saw, you didn't see any actual gang affiliation whatsoever.
It was more just news articles of what's going on in this town.
People were complaining because they were like, there's so many black people, and like, why are you playing a black woman? Now, first of all, I think she's Latina.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Too. Yeah, I think
If
she
you've
might-
ever been to the South,
Yeah, I was like, if you've never
there's
been to
a very
Florida,
particular reason why there's a lot of black people down there, and I'll tell you what, it's not their fault that there's a lot of them down there.
it's not because of a woke agenda.
Yeah.
So, that
God.
game, Grand Theft Auto woke, the game where you could get strippers and hookers and then kill them. Like,
right?
how is that?
Exactly.
I don't
Like,
want any woke agenda in my kid's video game about beating hookers to death.
I want to fly my plane into a fucking building.
Oh.
And,
Hold on there, innocent.
hey now!
Hey, you gotta
Don't
wait.
you turn this back
Hey,
on
you
me!
gotta wait till they remake Liberty City. Jeez.
Oh no!
The remake of Liberty City is going to be a litmus test that's just being
Oh,
watched
God.
by like every 3-letter agency out there. They're just like, all right, give us the statistics. Who ran planes into what buildings?
Here, take your mail, jerk.
Of course, it's nothing important either.
Well, yeah, I keep writing RTS and they keep sending it.
They're like,
Oh.
so,
So it was a bad example.
yeah. Well, I think it's.
But of something you can do in GTA.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't do.
Yeah, just
In
to bring
real
it back to
life.
Fallout real quick. People are saying, you know, the show based on a game where you can sell children into slavery has a woke message for you. Like, they're like, there's a woman in here, so they're gonna turn to the screen and say, do a communism, and then it's like, you know, you don't know what she's gonna do. She might sell somebody into slavery.
Well, and if we look at it, so it's a small group of people in an isolated society doing everything they can to make sure they have everything they need on their own in some sort of commune.
Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. Then everyone's gonna lose their shit.
And there's a bunch of these other small little societies trying to make sure they have everything they need. And
Well, this has been Hanging with Hooligans. Catch you next time.
Don't make me address the fact that bottle caps are not a currency either. Oh God! But
I tried that one at the store. It didn't go so well.
No, it did not.
back to GTA 6. It's so funny. Like, so racists are complaining that there's too many colored people, and it's like, This is a game. This is
Based in
perfect.
Florida.
She's apparently a single mother who's gonna do crime. Like, this is exactly what you should want, racist guy. Like,
oh god! Oh
like
god.
Tucker Carlson should be like watering at the mouth right now.
Right?
Like Ben Shapiro and all
Racial
that.
stereotypes.
Yeah, but,
Love it.
and that's funny because you already know like the actual people you need to worry about, like the same people, the same weird lib people that were whining about Catwoman's ass like in 2016 are gonna whine about that. You know, why does the single mom have to rob a bank? It's like, well, maybe she doesn't. Maybe that's not part of the story. I don't know.
Well, and
Maybe
that's
this is how she gets out of the house, away from the kids, and just is her.
And why is that not a compelling story?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Why can't a single mother just not have some time on her own, away from her kids, not being a single mother?
Watch, they're gonna appease everybody by putting in this the mini game of where she goes back to her regular life and she just reads her kids bedtime stories.
So what I know is that they, you guys know about the GTA RP servers?
No.
GTA Online, so not the actual Rockstar, but there was like these companies that basically did an RP server where you could play whatever character, not Trevor, not Michael, but like, you know, a GTA player, and create a character, whatever. And people would go and role play. And some people would be like, I'm working at the Clucking Bell or whatever. You know, and some people are like, I work at the gas station. One guy's like, oh, I'm a drug dealer, you know. And a ton of them are like, I'm a cop, you know. And so they have this whole role play society of like, you have to role play, you have to take it seriously, you can't break character and stuff like that. And there's people pretty much doing like their second life, like going in like, yeah, I'm the guy who turns on the Santa Monica roller coaster thing, you know. And Rockstar saw what they did and like pretty much hired those people on, like two servers. And so that's gonna be a big part of the online, I'm assuming. So that means hopefully the single player is gonna have a ton of different options of actual like non-crime stuff that you can do.
If I have to wake up and go to a 9 to 5 in the video game that I'm playing so I can pay the bills,
Dude.
Saints
I was
Row
gonna say,
kinda
this
tried to
sounds
do
like
that.
more stress. You gotta
Yeah.
pay my rent, I gotta pay my video game rent, gotta go to work.
that's why I don't play. City
gotta
Manager
take care of
games
the
anymore.
kids.
Like, I can't handle that stress. Sorry, public transportation sucks. This is America. Even in my game.
I said 33rd and Wallace, asshole.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And of course, since he put on that trailer, we will address, no one's actually calling it woke, but I'm going to call it woke for fun. The the Godzilla vs. Kong sequel.
Oh god, that was so fucking woke. Are you kidding me,
Yeah,
man? Like,
Frankzilla.
Yeah, like
whoa!
pink spikes
Disgusting.
or whatever on Godzilla.
I fucking love Godzilla. I'm pretty excited for it.
Oh, dude,
I
no,
just
that
love
movie,
Godzilla.
that trailer was amazing. I'm looking at that and I'm like, dude, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be fun to go see it. I'm gonna go to the movie theater to see this.
They're making a Godzilla King Kong fucking cop movie. Like Buddy Cop.
that is pretty much what we
That's
just
what it
watched.
is.
Yeah.
What I know too is like, you know that they're gonna make you wait like maybe a third or two, just going like, where's Godzilla? Because like that's what they do with every single one of those
Yep.
fucking movies.
Every Godzilla movie, anytime Godzilla's in a movie, it doesn't show until at least halfway through.
Well, and this
the
one
damn
looks
film.
more like a Kong movie
Yeah.
than that.
I just,
It does.
I feel the need to tell myself I almost said Donkey Kong.
I do have a complaint. Yeah. Donkey Kong's getting his own movie supposedly, but
I heard, I heard that was in development.
I do have a complaint about this.
Seth
though.
Rogen?
No, about the.
Oh, I
trailer
thought you
we
meant the
just watched.
complaint. Oh.
No, yeah, the complaint about this trailer is that I actually think they should have done, Kong fighting this Scar King guy before he fought Godzilla. Because, like, I understand people are like, oh, well, this is supposed to be, like, them teaming up against this guy or whatever. But, no, because then when they did the original, like, Godzilla versus Kong, it could have actually been King Kong, you know?
Yeah.
But instead, it seems like they're posturing up, Kong to become King Kong because he's going to defeat Scar King or whatever.
I see that.
Yeah, especially since the trailer kind of looked like a mix of.
I guess they've
Planet
never
of the
actually
Apes.
called him King Kong, have
No, it's
they?
always been Kong.
No, they've been doing that on purpose, and that's why they did the whole, King of Monsters thing with Godzilla, and that's why a lot of people, when the Kong versus Godzilla came up.
God.
Yeah, that whole thing, people thought King Kong was going to win and become King Kong. But Godzilla embarrassed Kong in that movie.
Oh my dude!
It wasn't even. It wasn't.
Did he ever? It wasn't even a competition.
We thought it was going to be like somewhat even to appease Kong fans, but it was like no. They wiped the floor with them, dude.
To be fair though, like when they're in the water, that was a little one-sided for obvious reasons.
I haven't seen the King of Monsters
Oh,
movie.
it's a good movie.
I want to see.
That's when Godzilla fights King Ghidorah and the legendary franchise.
Well, the one thing I noticed in this trailer was King Kong had like a mechanical thing on his hand.
Yeah, his power fist.
Is that what happened in the last?
that's not explained yet.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
That's what people were complaining. People were complaining about the absurdity of this trailer with everything going on, and I was like, yeah, I mean, first of all, any kaiju movie is basically the epitome of like if you're a little kid in the bathtub playing with your toys.
Yeah,
you know what?
it is.
You know,
you're all fucking stupid. That's clear. I've been trying to tell y'all for years that this kaiju monster franchise is connected to. Sorry.
Where are you going with this, Alex? Come on, get it out.
I need to hear
oh no.
Where are you going with it?
The sad thing is, I fucking lost it because I was embarrassed.
It's connected to.
Oh no! I got it. Transformers and the kaiju movies. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
That's just fucking Bumblebee.
I thought it was fucking Bumblebee coming out. Yeah.
Boba coming out of the same.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
War of the franchises.
The problem with Transformers versus Godzilla is that the Transformers aren't that big.
No,
And they
they're
don't
actually
stand a
pretty
fuck. Well, there's that one, but that's the only
Oh,
one I can
Omicron
think
or
of.
whatever.
Yeah, Unicron,
Yeah,
who's
Unicron.
way bigger than Godzilla, but
That's about it.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
Technically, I forget what the name of it. Cybertron is also Unicron, but it's a
planet.
it's a planet, but it transforms
yeah.
into I forget the guy's name.
This is what you get when you get a podcast with a bunch of four nerds. This is
Yeah.
My only problem.
this is my crossover, and this is what I have in it.
Well, so when I first saw Kong's arm come up with that mechanical thing on it, I was just kind of like, when are they going to fight a robot? Like, what the? Are we going into like
That was well.
Yeah, they already did
Rim
that too,
territory?
yeah.
You know, I was like, what the fuck?
They were supposedly supposed to go there, but I think something happened to Pacific Rim where they're like, never mind.
They dropped that franchise.
No,
It's done.
They did make some other movie though.
They made
Pacific Rim,
the
something
two, and they
else.
had some comics and everything. The comics were pretty good.
I thought they had some like on Netflix.
Yeah, I thought they were making a Netflix series.
some weird Pacific Rim thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything on that.
I don't know. I didn't watch any of them, so it's my
But
fault.
I only half-ass watched the first one because Charlie Day was in it.
The first one was really good
Yeah.
because it was slow, giant mech combat. It wasn't fast, fluid, Evangelion, why are these things moving when they're that big type shit. That's what the second one was. It's like, things that heavy don't move that fast. And it really kind of ruined it for me.
Well, look at Godzilla, man. He's the slowest monster in that entire franchise. Everyone is faster than Godzilla.
Until he got the power of woke pink spikes. Then he was like,
He's an Olympic sprinter.
I'm a run, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, dude, that was the weirdest thing, seeing a lizard run like that. What the
They should have
fuck?
dropped him on all fours and had him run on all fours.
I did forget.
I kind of want to edit the trailer a little bit and have the old cartoon.
Yeah, in the Toho movies, there was like full sprint Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I mean there's been goofy
And, like,
shit
straight
Dude,
up,
there
like-
was running jump kicks.
Yeah, I was about to say the straight up kung fu Godzilla.
Yeah.
Also, instead of him doing the tail spin, he did like a spin kick, and I was like, which also, yes, there is another Godzilla. We were gonna watch the clip. I don't think we should.
No.
Because that has nothing to do with wokeness. That's just a sick,
This is fucking Godzilla.
The original production team is getting another Godzilla out, and
All right.
We're talking about Godzilla -1.
minus
Minus
one.
one.
Yeah.
So I had a gripe with Netflix now.
Yeah.
So they apparently decided to scrap fucking Pacific Rim. Not gonna do another film or a series, but instead they take their oh fuck, now I'm at a loss for the name of it. It's that show about like a bunch of people on like kind of like a on like a game show, but it's like life and death.
Squid Game. They ruined
Squid
it.
Game. They made that fucking real,
Yeah, they butt fucked their own show.
right?
They're like, hey, you know the very important message and very important theme of Squid Games? We're just gonna
Make it happen.
Yeah, we're just gonna abuse people and have a lawsuit. It's so bad. Also, we don't know for sure that they're, unless you looked up the whole thing with Pacific Rim. But
Oh yeah, I don't know about Pacific Rim, but no, I can say in regards to that show, yeah, they have lawsuits now from the producing of that show. And I'm just sitting here like, well, yeah, no fucking duh.
Netflix is so like,
Everybody's
tell you
missing
what.
the point of their own stories.
I tell you what,
Oh shit!
they
no,
increased their
Pacific Rim
price one
does-
more goddamn time.
Pacific Rim does have an animated show on Netflix.
Ooh,
yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
oh, I'm going
That's
to watch
about
that.
It's
Pacific
just
Rim,
like-
The Black.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by that?
All the main characters are white, and it looks like Big O,
Oh.
which was an amazing series. If you guys ever want to go watch an old anime,
Yeah, I didn't watch it on Toonami, so I will continue not to watch it.
Yeah.
Even down to what looks like a gothic Lolita maid thing.
Oh no.
Oh, how fun!
Are you
Oh,
serious?
It's a
yeah.
big bad picture, but
Yes.
I can't tell. This is a tiny
Don't
picture.
be
I
that
just-
excited over Lolita Maid.
I'm just sitting here going like, why is everything gotta
Maybe
be
that's
going
tactical
that way?
webbing. I don't know. This is a bad picture. All I can find is like little teeny tiny pictures.
Oh.
Okay, I'm looking it up, and if it's terrible, I'm not going to watch it.
Well, you let us know.
Or you might as well watch it, the first episode, and see if it's terrible.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how you find out if a show's good or not.
So
I
I
was
know.
just watching it for Lolita.
Oh, gosh. I know Dragon Age has an animated series on Netflix also,
Oh,
which I was getting in there, and I was like, okay, I don't remember the lore for this, because I hadn't played the games at that point in forever. I was like, I don't know where they are. Some weird desert city. I can't fuck Morgan in this show. No dwarf. I'm out.
We ain't got dwarf dick. We don't want to keep going with this.
They kind of lost me at Inquisition. I just didn't enjoy that game very much. Like, the story was okay. It was alright.
I remember you were really into it when
Yeah.
you were playing it, so it must be something in the ending where you got mad.
No. It's a lot of the gameplay in general. But it just kind of lost me. They want you to cure supplies and stuff, but it's not you going out and getting it. It's you got to go to the war table, and you got to assign it to somebody, and then you got to wait an hour and a half. And it's like, God.
You gotta
Oh,
do
that-
I got to deal with this on my phone. I don't need to deal with this on here,
mobile
too.
game bullshit.
That's that's actually like Assassin's Creed 2 bullshit also. Like a lot of those, or no,
Black Flag.
Brotherhood did that too.
Oh,
But the thing
Yeah.
is, I could call so many people real quick anyways, because you could recruit like 6 to 9, I want to say, right? Or not 9. Not that
What
many.
people in
Like, how many
Inquisition?
people you can, like...
I only played the
you
beginning
can
of
bring into
Inquisition.
Assassin. No, Assassin's
Oh.
Creed.
No, a lot of it depends on the game too.
Yeah,
A
that
lot
I
of
mean, that
things.
one I could have 5 or 6 dudes
But
and assign them missions, and then I'd still have 3 people to help me.
yeah, it's the same thing. They were doing that at that time. It's basically my point. It's where they were trying to do that, like, not even real RTS, but a wannabe RTS, you know?
Yeah. That part just kind of took me out of it, and it just kind of felt like work at times. And I'm a man of the forest.
Not
And
exactly.
I'm okay with certain grindy games, but for some reason that one just didn't hit.
Yeah, well, it's grindy in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the fun way.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like RuneScape grind instead of fun.
right.
Yeah.
RuneScape. Ark has been the worst grind I've ever played.
I've never played that game.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, folks,
With 10 seconds left to the 120 mark, I think we're going to go ahead and call this an episode. Did anybody want to do the outro or do? I guess I'll do it. Thank you guys for listening to the Hooligans. My name is Doug.
podcast is hanging with the Hooligans, but that's Doug. I'm
whatever.
Alex. This is Chuck, and that's James, right?
Yep.
And until next time, or I guess Chuck.
Yeah. Do you have something to say until
No,
next time?
I thought you were going to say something.
Well, I guess until next time,
Oh.
remember to shave your dwarven dick before you go into battle.